Hello, good morning, students. In the last class, I have started Unit 4 under Strategic Management. So, what is that? We discussed about alternative strategy. So, strategy, alternative, or alternative strategy are strategies that a business develop to set the direction for which human and material resources will be applied. So, alternative strategies are very essential for any company in order to increase their future, because in the complete uncertain of the business world, what is required in order to have appropriate decision making, sometimes strategic alternatives will be implemented. So like that, in the last class we discussed about the corporate level international strategy, so under which what we discussed: service imports and exports, licensing, franchising, investments strategies like FDI, I mean to say foreign direct investment, and FPI, portfolio investment, right? Now today we go for one more very important, very effective strategy as far as alternative strategies are concerned. What is that? Creating value through intensive growth strategies. So in these kinds of strategies, actually the market occupation will be increased, or the sales of the product will be increased by intensifying the various kinds of activities. So generally these kinds of approaches are useful for highest gains with the least amount of efforts. Generally, for intensified growth strategies, the best strategies which will be used are developed by Igor Ansoff. Igor Ansoff, I already informed, he is a Russian American, considered as the father of the strategic management. He developed a wonderful matrix kind of format based upon the product and as well as the market, which allows us to go for appropriate decision, appropriate strategy according to the market and as well as the product type. Okay, so let us see what is that matrix. We already discussed about this. So Ansoff approach, what we call that Ansoff approach, so which is very much useful for actually creating value through intensive growth strategies. So Igor Ansoff's approach provides 4 strategic approaches based on product and market formation, so presented as product market matrix. So let us see what is that matrix is. So Ansoff's matrix. So what are the approaches or the strategies? The first one is the market penetration, the second one is the product development, the third one is the market development, the fourth one is the diversification. So when you go to apply this market penetration strategy, when you are doing business in the existing markets with the existing products, so generally production means, market penetration means you need to increase your sales by offering so many advantages to the customers. Sometimes reduction of the prices by sometimes offering extra freebies to already selling products. Such a way, by operating, you can go for market penetration. The second approach is product development. In the existing markets, with new products, if you are going to do the business, means the product whatever you are going to sold should have attractive features to the customers, special features to the customers, then only the product selling will be taking place. The third approach is new markets and existing products. With the old products, when you are entering into the new markets, means what is required, the approach is called as a market development. new market and as well as new products means diversification. Altogether, you should have diversification in terms of the products, services, approaches, whatever you are going to, you know, implementing in the market. So what you call this you are calling as the Ansof's matrix. Eiger Ansof, understand? So which is an example for growth intensive strategies. The next kind of strategies, integration strategies. What is integration? Mixing, clubbing together. So when poor company clubs with the well or else what you call a good company, there is a possibility of both the companies are going to be benefited. Understand? The next strategy is integration strategy. What is integration strategy? Club or else a combining of what you call various approaches. Through the combining of approaches, what will be there? Sometimes what happens, businesses are going to have what you call control over their competitors, suppliers, and as well as distributors. There are two types of integration strategies are there. One is called horizontal strategy and one more is called vertical integration strategies. So what is integration? A mixing up of strategies of various companies. So let us see here. So there are two types of strategies. One is called horizontal strategy, horizontal integration strategy, and one more is called vertical integration strategy. What do you mean by horizontal integration strategy? Integration in the sense clubbing or else what you call the mixing. With the same kind of another business, if any company mixes, combinedly if they do the businesses, you call that horizontal integration. If the hotel business company clubbing with one more hotel business company, what you call that? You are calling that horizontal integration. A automobile manufacturing company combines with a one more automobile manufacturing company, what you call that? Horizontal integration. So let us see here. So horizontal integration strategy is when a company acquires the supply chain system of the different or the same industries that are operating at the same level. So which is an example. Horizontal integration in similar businesses is when a fast food brand merges with the chain of the related business in other countries and foreign markets. The best Indian example is here Tata Steel acquiring a foreign company, Chorus Steel, to tap the entire European market. Both are doing same kind of business, but Tata acquired all the rights of Chorus Steel. And one more example is Marriott Hotel. Marriott. So Marriott Hotel, having purchasing rights of what you call Starwood hotels. So both are of related to hotel industries. Side by side, isn't it? What you call such a kind of integration is known as a horizontal integration. So which happened in the 2016. Same as Standard Oil bought 40 refineries is a very good example of one more horizontal integration. Side by side clubbing of the two business units most of the times which are at the same level of doing business, One's called as what you call horizontal integration. The next one is a vertical integration. So vertical integration allows the company to have control over various stages: supply, distribution, and production. So generally vertical integration means, again here, mixing of or the clubbing of the two businesses would be there. But generally vertical integration will be in the forward direction or else in the backward direction. So in the forward direction, what will be there? The business is going to be, take the care of what you call those companies which will have one step ahead of their businesses. Let us suppose that a car manufacturer is there. For the car manufacturer, if they own even what you call the outlets which sells the cars also, what you call this? You call that one as a vertical integration, one step ahead. Same way, if the same car company owns a factory, a business which produces tires or electrical parts, you call this one as the backward integration. So generally integration, vertical integration, we have the control over the entire supply chain, distribution, and as well as the production of the activities. So what are the best examples? Carnegie Steel Company, Carnegie Carnegie Steel Company acquires the iron mines to guarantee the consistent supply of the raw materials. The next one is Netflix. You know very well, because of this pandemic, many of them, subscribe this Netflix, which is a streaming of what you call audios, videos, services. So this Netflix company even going to have the production studios also. So what do you call this? Strictly speaking, backward vertical integration. So just now I told you, integrations are different types. One is the forward integration. So when a business takes over the distribution system and sells its products directly to the customers. What are the examples? An automotive and mobile brands open up its retail showrooms to sell vehicles and mobile phones directly to the end consumers. Backward integration. When a business takes control over the supply of raw material, it's called backward integration. Example, supermarket and fruit seller buy the vegetable and fruit farms to control the supply of its products. An automobile company buys the electronic parts and tire manufacturing companies to ensure the availability of the materials. So forward integration, backward integration. One more peculiar kind of integration is balanced integration. So balancing means both forward and as well as the backward operations will be balanced. As the name implies, the balanced integration is a combination of forward integration and backward integration. Here the businesses acquires both raw material supply chain and as well as the distribution channels to control everything. So this is one more strategy, alternative strategy. What to call these? Integration strategies. The next strategy is the diversification strategy. What is diversification? Diversification means showcasing improvement, development, advancement in the operations of the business or else in the services or else in the what you call the products whichever being produced by the company. Diversification is a strategy for growth through branching out into new market segments, allowing your business to expand its presence and occupy a total new space. This is achieved through the expanding or diversifying product service offering, target new customers and growth profits. Diversification is just one of many different ways to create growth for one's business. If well thought out and done right, it can pay off substantially for a company and cement position as a highly competitive market player. So diversification means generally which is implied when the company is entering into the new markets. Through the diversification in terms of services, in terms of what you call the products, in terms of different offers. If truly diversification strategy applied effectively, the company is going to have strong position, cementing its position in the industries. Hence, the diversification strategies are very effective strategies. Now we discuss various types of the diversification strategies. There are 6 established types of diversification strategies. So already we discussed horizontal diversification under integration. That is horizontal diversification. The next one is a vertical integration under diversification. What do you call that? Vertical diversification. The third one is concentric diversification. The fourth one is conglomerate diversification. Defensive diversification. And the final one is offensive diversification. Now let us go for horizontal diversification. We already know same kind of businesses will be involved. To diversify one's company horizontally means introducing brand new products or services to your current offering in order to expand market share, either in a new market segment or your company's existing market. So horizontal diversification means through the diversification, through the changes, the company wants to bring the newness in their what to call the products which they are going to offer to the markets. Generally, these diversification strategies will be implemented in the new markets. How they are going to do this one? Through the innovating or licensing new products. Sometimes in their R&D department itself, they are going to have the creation of the new kinds of products, new ideas. So new technology, what to call that one as an innovation. Or sometimes through the licensing, means they are going to have the permission from already established companies to produce same kind of products or services. What to call that? Licensing. Or else through the merger. Merger means combining with one more company. Or else completely owning the one more company's rights. What to call this? Acquisition. So there are 2 types of horizontal diversification. One is called concentric and one more is conglomerate. This will come to know afterwards. The new business ventures formed through the horizontal diversification is designed to appeal to the company's existing customer base while also attracting new customers to the brands. Through the diversification, what will be there? The company is going to appeal to the customer world, existing customer base. Best examples for diversification strategies are Disney company acquiring Pixar and as well as Facebook acquiring Instagram. So diversifying means showcasing variations in terms of the products or services through the innovation, through the licensing, through the merger, or else through the acquisition of another company. This is called horizontal diversification. Next we discuss about vertical diversification. So what do you know vertical diversification? Vertical diversification is also referred to as vertical integration. We already discussed backward integration or else forward integration. Entails a growth strategy where the company expands its product line through the forward backward integration of the products within its existing supply chain. So generally vertical integration will be implemented or diversification will be implemented in the supply chain management operations. What do you mean supply chain? SEM operations, right from procuring a raw material to the stage of what you call giving or else what you call making to reach the products to the hands of the customers. All these operations are called as the supply chain operations. In that supply chain operation, generally this vertical diversification will be considered. So what are the examples? A company that manufactures and sells cars could diversify its business by selling tires also. Strictly speaking, this is called backward integration or is backward diversification. Asian Paints are a painting company that provides a painting service could begin selling paint. That means owning the outlets which sell the paints also, paint shops. As seen in both these examples, vertical integration converts the company's inputs into outputs. So this is an example for the backward integration. So under backward integration, they are going to focus on the raw materials. So what is the best example for forward integration? A toy manufacturer acquiring opening a toy store. So with forward integration, companies capitalize on the later stage of the supply chain than the company's current business, while backward integration utilizes earlier stages. So what are the benefits of the vertical diversification? So which strengthen and enhance the business's supply chain, capturing upstream or downstream profits, cutting production costs, accessing new distribution channels, and gaining more revenues. Some high profile examples of vertical diversifications are IKEA purchasing forests in order to supply its own raw materials. You know, this IKEA is a furniture manufacturing company. It owns its own forests to procure wood. Amazon integrating into hardware to produce its own Kindle Fire tablets. Supermarkets and Asian Paints owning chemical factories. So this is called vertical diversification. So under vertical diversification, what you got? One is forward diversification and one more is called backward diversification under integration. So now I'm going to stop here. So rest of the things we discuss in the next class. So till now what we discussed: vertical diversification, next horizontal diversification. So what are the types of the diversification? Today we covered horizontal, vertical diversification. Tomorrow we go for concentric, conglomerate, defensive, offensive kind of diversification. So what do you know actually diversification strategy? Branching out into new segments, new markets. Now vertical integration strategies. So forward integration, backward integration. One more is balanced integration. What do you know vertical integration? So vertical integration allows the company to have control over various stages of supply, distribution, production. Next, horizontal integration. Types of integration strategies. Ansof's matrix. Creating value through intensified growth. So I'm stopping here. Thank you so much.